Shalom, everyone. This is Kazakh Aliyahu Yasharal, and welcome to another of our videos as we continue our look into when the year begins, as we are today celebrating the Passover. And these videos that we are doing are to show people the truth, the way of truth, because time has eluded us. The calendar, start of the year, the feasts have eluded us. And it had eluded us for some time. And when we heeded the call of the Most High to flee out of the midst of Babylon, we can tell you that that is when the Most High started to reveal his truth to us. When we were in the midst of Babylon, before we actually fled, when we were on the western side of the world, I'm telling you that there are so many things that we could not have seen. But since we have come here, we have decided to flee out of the midst of Babylon, follow this directive to go to South Africa, a place where we did not want to go, we did not intend to go, we did not plan to go, but he showed us that this is where we must go. When we came here, we knew nothing. We didn't know why we came here. What are we doing here? Nothing like that. We only knew that he told us to come to South Africa. And when we came here, that is when he started to revealing his truths to us. And if you check our channel, the things that we have found that he has revealed to us, some of them we put there, but there are so many that we didn't even bother to record. So I'm saying that this one now, the content is aimed at people who want to find the truth of the calendar, not for those who know they have the truth. Because we will tell you we don't have the calendar. What you are seeing is our journey. As the Most High shows us, bit by bit, piece by piece, he gives us the truth. And this is how he has taught us since we have been here. Little by little, he shows us one little piece, another piece, and then everything just fits together. And we are like, thank you, Father. And that is what we are doing today, as we have been showing you the start of the year, when the year begins. The year began on the 16th of September, 2023, the first new moon of the spring. That is when the year begins. And the new moon, of course, is when the first sliver comes. So because of that, today is the 14th day, 29th of September, 2023, the 14th day, which means it is the Passover. And after this, we are getting ready to keep the Passover in even. He called us and directed us to keep the Passover in an open field, just as was done when Joshua kept it in Gilgal, when he was bringing the children of Yasharal into the promised land. And the Most High has shown us that we are in the land of promise. We are in the land of Benjamin, but we have not yet been brought into Jerusalem. And that is what we await, for the world to be turned upside down and the Most High to lead his people into the land of Jerusalem. So we have been telling people, this is the Passover. This is the Passover, and we are sure, absolutely 100% sure, the Passover is a full moon. And what are we going to show today? Because piece by piece, bit by bit, we do these videos to actually show as the Most High reveals things to us by increments. So if you're looking to see the true calendar, you need to stay tuned to us. We don't know what he's going to show us, but as he shows us, then we do the videos. And we know that in the book of Bereshith, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, he told us this about the sun, the moon, and the stars. And Allah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. If you look at the meaning of these words, let them be for signs. The word signs there is from the Hebrew word oth, probably from H225, in the sense of appearing, a signal, literally or figuratively as a flag, beacon, monument, omen, prodigy, evidence, mark, it's evidence, etc. Mark, miracle, sign, token. So the sun, moon, and the stars are given for a sign. They are given for a mark. They're given for a token. They are given as evidence. And it says, and for seasons. We're going to see what kind of evidence the sun, moon, and the stars will bear. If you look at it here, the word for seasons here is the Hebrew word moed, moadah, from H3259, properly an appointment. That is a fixed time or season. Specifically a festival. Do you know what this is talking about? This is talking about feasts. So the sun, moon, and stars were given as a sign, as a signal, as evidence, as a token, as a sign for feasts. Conventionally, a year. By implication, an assembly as convened for a definite purpose. Technically, the congregation. By extension, the place of meeting. This is speaking about feasts, people. Also, a signal as appointed beforehand. Appointed sign, appointed time, appointed place of solemn assembly. Congregation. Set solemn feast. I won't go any further. So the sun, the moon, and the stars were given to us as a sign for his feasts. And this year, I think the Most High is showing the world that this year is truth. Yes, because he showed us the start of the year. On that day, it was the start of the year, it was the day of the new moon, and it was a Shabbat. Now, when you count 14 days from that, you have the Passover. The next day, the 15th day, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, we did a video showing John 19:31 to show that the timing that we are on is exactly the same timing that is in John 19, the crucifixion of the Messiah. Okay? So what we want to show you now is the sign that the Most High gave through the sun, the moon, and the stars. This time it's the moon. The sign that the Most High has given us for the Passover. Now, would you know that on this Passover, and this is for those people who errantly believe that the Passover is a dark moon. No, no, no. He gave us the full moon for the Passover. Look at this. Here is a sign that the Most High gave us. Here's a sign. Look at the heading here. Rare harvest moon penumbral eclipse happening this week. This is a sign that he has given to us. A rare, English, rare harvest moon penumbral eclipse happening this week. And let us see what it's all about. A harvest moon penumbral eclipse. That's a bit of mouthful, isn't it? Although it happens very rarely, you'll be able to see it later this week. It takes place on the evening of Friday, September 29, 2023. That is today. That is the day of the Passover. Remember, the Most High said in Genesis 1 that he gave the sun, the moon, and the stars for a sign and for seasons. A sign is evidence, token, symbol, flag. And for seasons, a season is feast. So he didn't give the dark moon for a sign because the dark moon cannot give you any sign. The dark moon can only be one thing, and that is dark. But look what he does on the full moon. On the day of the Passover, he gives us a rare harvest moon penumbral eclipse. Whether you'll be able to see it depends on the weather, of course. What makes this extra special is it is the fourth supermoon of the year. Now, they are talking about the fourth supermoon of the pagan year, which will start from January. But for us, and for the way of truth, biblically, it is the first supermoon of the year because the year just began on September 16th. So what is a harvest moon? First of all, the harvest moon is the full moon that happens nearest to the equinox or beginning of spring in South Africa. In where? South Africa, where part of the land of Israel is. Granted, the weather has been shocking with widespread flooding in the Western Cape and it's done little to signify the actual start of spring. Nevertheless, the equinox did technically fall on Saturday, 23rd September 2023. The spring-September equinox is a moment when the sun appears to cross the celestial equator heading southward. So what is a penumbral lunar eclipse? Oh yeah, let me read about this. The fourth supermoon of the year, or the first supermoon, the next full moon is set for Friday, September 29, 2023, that is today. It is known as the harvest moon because farmers traditionally used to use the moon's bright light to harvest crops into the evening in harvest season. What is a penumbral lunar eclipse? According to indesky.org, a penumbral eclipse is when the moon passes through an outer region of the Earth's shadow called the penumbra. This is essentially the outer part of the Earth's shadow in which the Earth appears to cover part of the sun's disk, but not all of it. Of course, all of this that they are saying is based on them thinking that the Earth is a globe. It is not a globe. It is flat. Also known as a barely there eclipse, the harvest moon penumbral eclipse will see the moon pass into the penumbra of the Earth's shadow. Although the entire eclipse lasts roughly 4 hours, sky gazers will only pick up a subtle shading on the full moon for about 30 or 40 minutes. Having said that, the year's harvest moon penumbral eclipse promises to be a good one. It's yet another supermoon for the year. According to Space.com, 2023 sees a run of 4 consecutive supermoons, namely the supermoon of 3rd July, the full sturgeon moon of 1st August, and full blue moon from 30th August. A supermoon is when the proximity of the moon is closest to the Earth. The lunar disk can appear 30% brighter and 14% larger. So you see, people, this is no ordinary occasion. This is the Most High confirming His word, confirming His timing. Yes, I have no doubt whatsoever that we are right on the Most High's timing. Too many signs, too many coincidences. There's no such thing as coincidences with the Most High. Almost the whole world, as it says in Revelation 12:9, Satan has deceived the whole world. We believe we are coming out of the deception where the Most High's time is concerned. People in the world who believe they know, think they know, we can tell you that we were on the wrong track, are on the wrong track, but the Most High is putting us on track. Because we were using the same calendars that you were using, believing the same things that you were believing, that the world revolves around the northern hemisphere. That's the first and primary one. The world now revolves around the northern hemisphere because Edom is ruling the world. And Edom bases time from their base in the North America and Europe. But the true world, the true biblical world was governed, and time was governed from in the south, in the southern hemisphere, where the nation of Yasharal actually is, actually was, and actually will be. Okay? So this is just a short one to show you the sign that the Most High is giving us to confirm this, His Passover. This is start of the year. And many people are even accepting that, yes, the year starts in September, but they are still aligning themselves to the feasts of the wicked ones, the feast of the children of Edom, that is based in the northern part of the world. If you hear me say northern hemisphere before, if you heard me say it, I beg to be corrected. There's no such thing as hemisphere because that comes from a globe. It's the northern part of the world. Okay? So they're following the feast from the northern part of the world. The feasts have to be judged from the land. All right? Jerusalem is in the south, the southern part of the world from which the time is judged. All right? This is just another video. Just want to give you these quick videos to show the word of truth. Who hath an ear to hear, let them hear. All right? As we continue to reveal what the Most High has revealed to us. All right? Thank you all for watching. This is Kazakh Eliyahu Yasharal from Just a Word. You can check out justaword.org, our teaching website. You can check out jawradio.org, JAWRADIO.org, which is our 24/7 online radio. You can check out our video website that has all our videos, justaword.tv, justaword.tv, or you can check out our podcast, jawpodcast.com, JAWPODCAST.com. That is our podcast website. All right. So thank you all for watching. Please like and share and comment, please. And until next time, this is Kazakh Aliyahu Yasharal on behalf of the Just a Word family. Shalom.